A cosmic omen. The stars over Earth had never looked so restless. Comets streaked across the sky like shards of fire, and the auroras above the poles glimmered with unnatural colors. Somewhere beyond the horizon, a massive alien vessel pulsed with ominous energy, dwarfing
the largest human satellites. Thor, the god of thunder, stood atop a jagged cliff, Mjolnir resting lightly in his hand. His gaze swept the horizon, scanning the alien presence with a mixture of curiosity and wariness. He could feel it in his chest, the hum of danger, the pull of something unnatural approaching Earth. Beside him, Diana, Wonder Woman, stood tall and calm, her sword and lasso ready. She observed Thor with a subtle smile that betrayed both admiration and concern. There was something in his presence, the way lightning crackled faintly around his hands, that reminded her of the storm she had faced on Themyscira. And yet, there was a tenderness in his stance she couldn't ignore. "Thor," she said softly, "do you feel it? The air, it's different. The storm isn't just in the sky this time." He turned to her, eyes glinting silver in the fading light. "Aye, Diana, it is not the storm I know. This is something born of darkness and fire. Something powerful. The first threat." Without warning, the ground trembled violently. A deafening roar echoed across the valley. Far above, the alien vessel released what appeared to be its vanguard, a hulking, armored being larger than any human or god, radiating raw strength. Its skin glimmered like molten metal, muscles bulging beneath a shimmering exoskeleton, and eyes glowing a fierce, unearthly green. Thor's grip tightened on Mjolnir. "By Odin's beard, that is no ordinary foe." Diana readied her lasso. "We need to assess. It's not just the alien craft, it's the creature itself." The alien hulk crashed to the valley floor, shaking the earth with every step. Trees splintered under its weight, and debris flew like hailstones in its wake. Its roar was deafening, reverberating with raw, primal power. The first exchange. Thor and Diana moved simultaneously, a practiced coordination born of countless battles, yet tinged with a growing intimacy. Thor hurled Mjolnir, lightning trailing behind it, striking the Hulk with a deafening impact. The alien barely flinched, but a shimmer of surprise crossed its face. Diana charged alongside, deflecting debris with her bracelets, lasso whirling in a blur of golden light. She struck the Hulk's armored shell with precise force, creating cracks along its metallic skin. For a brief moment, the Hulk faltered, allowing Thor and Diana to exchange glances. There was a spark there, subtle yet undeniable, a fleeting understanding that they were not just allies in battle, but something more. "Thor," Diana whispered amidst the chaos. "Careful, it's faster than it looks." He nodded, lightning crackling around him. "Aye, and it grows stronger with every strike. But we fight together, yes?" "Together," she replied, determination flashing in her eyes. The alien Hulk's might. The Hulk roared again, swinging a massive fist that sent both Thor and Diana skidding backward. The earth cracked beneath the blow, creating chasms and hurling boulders into the air. Thor leapt into the sky, hurling Mjolnir with a precise arc, summoning a storm to strike the alien with multiple bolts of lightning. Diana followed, using her lasso to bind the Hulk's arm, giving Thor an opening. The lightning struck, and the alien Hulk stumbled, sparks and molten metal spraying from its wounds. Yet it rose again, its fury unabated. The sheer strength of the creature was staggering. It moved faster than expected, countering their attacks with raw power, slamming into the cliffside, creating shockwaves that rattled the landscape. A moment of connection. In the chaos, Thor and Diana found a brief lull, hovering above the battlefield. "You fight well," Thor said, a faint smile tugging at his lips. "The courage you carry, it reminds me of the first storms I faced on Midgard." Diana's eyes softened. "And you," Thor, lightning and all, "have a heart that even the gods would envy." It's inspiring. The moment was fleeting, but it mattered. Amidst the clash of titans and alien fury, a bond was forming, subtle yet unbreakable, a connection that went beyond duty and strategy. Turning the tide, Kalen, the alien Hulk, the hybrid monstrosity, roared again, charging with devastating force. Thor and Diana, synchronized perfectly, countered with a combined attack. Thor's lightning enveloped the Hulk, while Diana's lasso and sword struck with surgical precision. The Hulk staggered, smoke rising from his armor. But in his eyes, there was cunning and intelligence, a hint that this was no mere brute. The alien Hulk had strategy, aggression, and the determination to destroy all who opposed him. Thor shouted over the roar of energy, "Diana, we strike together, timing, heart, and precision." Diana nodded, and their attacks merged seamlessly. Lightning and lasso, sword and Mjolnir, creating a spectacular display of coordinated power. The alien Hulk stumbled, giving a momentary advantage that might turn the tide of this battle. The cliffhanger. As the dust settled, Thor and Diana hovered, exhausted but ready. The alien Hulk had fallen for now. Yet, the sky remained ominous. The larger alien vessel hovered menacingly above, signaling that this was only the beginning. Thor glanced at Diana, a faint smile breaking through the tension. "I fear this is but the first spark. More storms are coming, but perhaps we face them together." Diana's gaze softened, a mixture of relief and anticipation. "Together," she whispered, eyes on the distant alien ship. The stars above seemed to shimmer in acknowledgement, and the first chapter of a love forged in lightning and battle had begun. Earth would never be the same. Aftermath of the first clash. The alien Hulk had retreated for the moment, leaving a scorched valley and shattered trees as evidence of its destructive power. Thor and Diana landed on the cracked ground, surveying the devastation. Sparks of lightning still flickered faintly across Thor's skin, and Diana's lasso glimmered with residual energy. "This creature," Thor muttered, eyes narrowing, "it is not like anything Midgard has ever seen." Diana nodded. "It's stronger, faster, and cunning. It's not a mindless brute. It plans, it learns." The tension between them was subtle but palpable. Each glance held unspoken understanding, a connection forged in the heat of battle. Though the planet faced an existential threat, their camaraderie, and something deeper, was quietly blossoming. Humanity prepares. Across Earth, governments scrambled to respond. Satellites detected the alien vessel moving in orbit, scanning strategic locations. Military forces attempted to coordinate with Thor and Diana, though conventional weapons had proven nearly useless against the alien Hulk's strength. A young commander relayed information to Diana through a secure holographic feed. "We've tracked the Hulk's path. It's heading for the eastern city cluster. If it reaches them, millions could be in danger." Diana's jaw tightened. "Then we move quickly. Thor, we need to intercept before the civilians are in its path." Thor lifted Mjolnir, lightning sparking along the hammer. "Aye, and we will show this menace what Midgard and the gods are capable of." The chase begins. The alien Hulk moved with terrifying speed, smashing through mountains and forests, leaving destruction in its wake. Thor and Diana flew close behind, striking at intervals to slow it down. Lightning and energy lasso strikes clashed against the Hulk's shimmering armor, but it adapted with each assault. During a brief pause in their pursuit, Thor glanced at Diana. "Do you ever wonder, Diana, if the gods themselves fear what we might do when together?" Diana smiled faintly, a blush coloring her cheek. "Perhaps, but we are here to protect humanity, not to worry about what the gods think." Thor's usual cocky grin softened. "Indeed, yet it is easier to fight alongside someone who understands the storm within you." Their bond, forged in combat and mutual respect, began to hint at something more, a quiet, almost unspoken affection. First real confrontation. The Hulk reached a sprawling city, intent on smashing its infrastructure. Thor and Diana intercepted it in midair. The alien swung its massive fists, sending shockwaves across the urban landscape. Cars and debris flew, and the ground cracked under its steps. Thor hurled Mjolnir, striking the Hulk with a bolt of concentrated lightning. Diana used her lasso to bind its arms briefly, giving Thor an opening. Yet, the Hulk's armor resisted their strikes better than expected. "It's learning," Thor shouted, dodging a destructive swing. Diana nodded, twirling her sword in precise arcs. "Then we adapt faster." Together, the two moved in perfect synchrony. Thor's lightning cracked the air as Diana's lasso wrapped around the Hulk's legs, sending the creature tumbling into a building that partially collapsed under its weight. Humanity's role. Amidst the chaos, civilians watched in awe. Some fled, but many recorded the epic battle, capturing Thor and Diana in motion, sparks of lightning reflecting across the ruins. Soldiers found courage in seeing the gods fight alongside humanity, understanding that hope was not entirely lost. Kalen, though not directly attacking civilians yet, stopped to observe their reactions. The realization hit him. The human spirit itself was a force multiplier. Every shout of hope, every moment of courage, strengthened him. A close call. The alien Hulk recovered swiftly, swinging a massive fist at Diana. Thor pushed her aside, taking the full impact. The shockwave sent him skidding across the rubble, chest burning from a force. Diana's heart raced. "Thor!" she shouted, rushing to his side. Her lasso glimmered, shielding them both as the Hulk advanced. Thor coughed but smiled faintly. "Do not worry, Diana. I've faced worse storms than this, but having you by my side makes even the fiercest fight better." Diana felt her pulse quicken, a warmth spreading through her chest despite the danger surrounding them. There was no time for romance. Not yet, but the connection deepened, unspoken yet undeniable. Turning the tide, Thor and Diana executed a combined strategy. Thor unleashed a massive storm of lightning, striking the Hulk from multiple directions. Diana maneuvered to bind its arms and legs with precision, keeping it off balance. Finally, Thor slammed Mjolnir into the ground, creating a shockwave that sent the Hulk airborne. Diana followed, lassoing it mid-flight and redirecting it toward a deserted canyon where it could safely crash without harming civilians. The Hulk hit the canyon wall, leaving a massive crater. It groaned but slowly rose, its green eyes now glinting with calculated fury. "It's stronger than before," Thor muttered, wiping sweat from his brow. Diana nodded, eyes steely. "And smarter. We've only just begun." A quiet moment. As the dust settled, Thor and Diana hovered over the crater, breathing heavily. The storm within Thor crackled faintly, a reflection of his tension and relief. "You fought brilliantly," Thor said softly, glancing at Diana. I did not just fight better because of you. I think I fight differently. Because of you." Diana's eyes softened, a rare smile breaking through. "And I fight differently because of you. Together, we can face anything, even this Hulk." For a fleeting moment, the world seemed to pause. Lightning flickered across the clouds, reflecting the bond forming between them, a subtle romance igniting amid war, chaos, and cosmic menace. Cliffhanger. Above, the alien vessel hummed ominously, sending signals to a far greater threat yet unseen. The alien Hulk was only the beginning. Thor looked to Diana, determination in his eyes. "Whatever comes next, we face it together." Diana nodded, sword at the ready, lasso glowing. Together, and as the stars above shimmered, the city below began to rebuild, unaware that the next chapter of their lives, of love, lightning, and alien menace, was only just beginning. A city on edge. The aftermath of the Hulk's assault left the eastern city cluster in chaos. Buildings smoldered, bridges had collapsed, and emergency sirens wailed through streets. Yet above the ruins, Thor and Diana hovered, vigilant, scanning for signs of the alien menace's return. "It adapts quickly," Diana noted, her eyes scanning the skyline. "Every move we make, it learns. We must anticipate, not react." Thor's fist sparked with residual lightning. And its strength is formidable. Yet courage flows stronger in humans than even gods might think. We shall use it to our advantage. Though the battle had hardened them, a subtle tension lingered. Thor and Diana exchanged glances more often now, a quiet intimacy blooming amid the chaos, a love forged in the crucible of war. Alien Hulk strikes again. The alien Hulk emerged from the crater, its metallic green armor glinting under the setting sun. Its eyes burned with a mixture of rage and intelligence. Each step shook the ground, sending debris flying into the air. Thor readied Mjolnir, lightning arcing around the hammer. Diana twirled her lasso, golden threads glimmering with energy. The Hulk charged, faster and smarter than before, swinging massive fists that split the air. Thor met its blows head-on, deflecting with lightning strikes, while Diana moved with grace and precision, striking at weak points and redirecting its momentum. "It's learning from us," Thor shouted over the roar. Diana's grip tightened on her sword. "Then we must teach it our way." A dance of power. The battle escalated into a spectacular display of coordination. Thor hurled lightning from multiple angles while Diana bound and unbound the Hulk with her lasso, keeping it disoriented. Every attack required perfect timing. A single misstep could result in catastrophe. Yet amidst the chaos, there were fleeting moments where Thor and Diana's movements synchronized almost instinctively, an unspoken trust guiding their strategy. Each glance, each subtle nod, spoke volumes about their growing bond. "You fight with a storm in your heart," Diana said, ducking a swing from the Hulk. "And yet, there's purpose behind every strike." Thor's lips quirked in a rare, genuine smile. "And you, Diana, weave light with precision even the Valkyries would envy. Together, we are unstoppable." Humanity's role. Below, humans are no longer passive observers. Inspired by Thor and Diana's display, emergency teams coordinated evacuation efforts with efficiency and courage. Citizens recorded videos, capturing the godly duel, spreading hope and awe across the globe. Soldiers coordinated strikes to slow the Hulk's movements, while drones provided tactical data. The alien Hulk began to realize that this battle wasn't just against two powerful beings. It was against humanity itself, united with its protectors. The Hulk's hidden weapon. Suddenly, the Hulk slammed the ground, sending a shockwave that threw both Thor and Diana backward. From its chest emerged a glowing, crystalline core, pulsing with alien energy. "It's powering up," Thor shouted. The Hulk's strength increased exponentially. Its fists now glowed with searing energy, capable of tearing apart stone and steel alike. Diana's lasso barely held its momentum, straining against the force. Thor exchanged a glance with her. "We need strategy, not brute force. This is no ordinary fight." Diana nodded. "Then we adapt together." A subtle confession. As the Hulk surged forward, Thor leapt to intercept, and Diana followed, weaving her lasso in a protective spiral. For a fleeting moment, their eyes met mid-battle. "Thor," Diana's voice was soft, almost drowned by the roar of the storm. "I trust you completely." Thor's gaze softened, his usual bravado replaced by sincerity. "And I trust you, Diana. Always." Lightning crackled across Thor's body, and golden threads of the lasso intertwined with the energy, creating a dazzling display. For a moment, love and war converged, giving them the strength to push the Hulk back. Turning the tide, using their combined power, Thor and Diana struck in perfect coordination. Thor summoned a storm that arced directly into the Hulk's crystalline core, while Diana's lasso redirected energy and restrained its limbs. The alien Hulk screamed, staggered, and faltered for the first time in battle. Yet it was far from defeated. Its glowing green eyes reflected not fear, but cold calculation. It retreated, disappearing into the shadows of a nearby canyon. Thor landed beside Diana, breathing heavily. "It's clever, but not invincible." Diana nodded, brushing dust from her armor. "We've only delayed it. This alien Hulk will return, stronger than ever." A quiet moment. As night fell, Thor and Diana perched atop a damaged skyscraper, surveying the city. Lightning flickered faintly across Thor's arm, while Diana's lasso glimmered in the darkness. "We've saved them today," Thor said quietly. "But tomorrow, who knows?" Diana leaned slightly closer. "As long as we face it together, we can endure anything." Their eyes met in silence. No words were needed. The trust, respect, and burgeoning affection were evident. Love, subtle yet powerful, had begun to intertwine with duty. Above, stars shimmered, reflecting the storm and the promise of what was to come. Cliffhanger. In orbit, the alien vessel monitored the battle, its systems glowing with malevolent intelligence. The Hulk's retreat was not surrender. It was a strategic withdrawal, a preparation for a larger assault. The true battle had only just begun, and Thor and Wonder Woman knew that the coming storm would test their strength, courage, and the fragile bond growing between them. "We fight together," Thor whispered. "Together," Diana confirmed. And the night sky crackled with the promise of love, lightning, and an alien menace yet to strike. The calm before the storm. The city had barely recovered from the Hulk's previous assault. Fires smoldered, buildings leaned precariously, and citizens moved cautiously, their eyes constantly scanning the skies. Thor and Diana hovered above the ruins, sensing an unnatural energy vibrating through the atmosphere. "It's coming," Thor said, his voice low but resolute. "I can feel it in the thunder. It's preparing for a final strike." Diana nodded, tightening her grip on her sword and lasso. "Then we must be ready. This is more than brute strength. It's cunning, strategy, and relentless force." The Hulk returns. Without warning, the alien Hulk emerged from the canyon, larger and more terrifying than ever. Its crystalline core now radiated a fierce green glow, and its metallic armor had expanded, forming jagged, spiked extensions along its shoulders and back. The ground trembled with every step, and its roar echoed like a rolling avalanche. Thor lifted Mjolnir, lightning crackling along its surface. By Odin's might, it has grown even stronger. Diana spun her lasso, golden threads illuminating the battlefield. Then we strike as one. There is no other way. Clash of Titans. The battle erupted with a force that shook the city. The Hulk swung massive fists, shattering roads and sending debris flying. Thor countered with lightning strikes, while Diana used her lasso to redirect energy and strike weak points in the alien's armor. The creature adapted quickly, anticipating their moves, and began using its strength to hurl Thor and Diana toward the remnants of the city. Yet their coordination had improved. Each movement, each strike was synchronized like a deadly dance. "We are stronger together," Diana shouted, ducking a crushing blow. Thor smirked, lightning surging. "Together, nothing can break us." The bond strengthens. As the Hulk continued its assault, Thor and Diana found fleeting moments to glance at one another. I trust you completely," Diana admitted mid-strike, her voice carrying through the roar of destruction. Thor's eyes softened beneath the storm. "And you. There is more to this fight than strength alone. It is heart, courage, and perhaps something else." Their words were drowned by the chaos, yet the subtle confession lingered in the air, giving them an added edge, a shared understanding that transcended battle. Humanity fights back. Below, humans were no longer passive observers. Military forces coordinated precise strikes against the Hulk's energy projections. Drones flew in coordinated formations, targeting the aliens' weak points as civilians were evacuated to safety. The Hulk roared in frustration, realizing it was now fighting not only gods, but humanity itself. Thor and Diana saw this and smiled faintly. The human spirit amplified their strength, creating an unprecedented synergy of mortal courage and divine power. A strategic move. Thor and Diana combined their attacks in a new formation. Thor channeled a massive storm, striking the Hulk with concentrated bolts of lightning, while Diana used her lasso to bind its arms, redirecting energy into the ground to destabilize it. The Hulk staggered, momentarily immobilized, sparks flying from its crystalline core. But it recovered with astonishing speed, swinging violently and creating shockwaves that topple buildings. "It's relentless," Thor shouted. Diana's eyes glimmered. "And we are relentless. We fight together." The bond between them, strength, skill, and subtle affection, turned the tide, forcing the alien Hulk to retreat toward the city outskirts, seeking an environment to maximize its destructive power. The alien vessel intervenes. Above, the alien vessel released a massive energy beam aimed at the battlefield. Thor deflected the blast with Mjolnir, while Diana redirected fragments with her lasso, protecting civilians below. The sky lit up with green and golden hues, casting an otherworldly glow over the ruined city. The Hulk roared in fury, now fully aware that its creators demanded total destruction. Yet Thor and Diana stood firm, side by side, the storm around them intensifying. "We fight for them," Diana whispered, her voice calm yet resolute. "For humanity. For each other." Thor's grin returned, fierce and confident. "Then let the storm decide their fate." The turning point. With a synchronized strike, Thor and Diana launched a combined assault on the alien Hulk. Thor's lightning enveloped the creature, while Diana's lasso and sword restrained its movement. Energy collided with armor, sparks flew, and a massive shockwave radiated outward. The Hulk staggered and fell to one knee. Its crystalline core fractured, energy flickering like dying stars. Yet in its eyes was still malice and intelligence. It was far from defeated. Thor landed beside Diana, breathing heavily. "It's wounded but not done. The final storm approaches." Diana nodded, her lasso pulsing with golden energy. "And we will face it together." A quiet confession. For a fleeting moment, amidst the smoke and rubble, they allowed themselves a glance. Thor's hand brushed against Diana's as they coordinated their next strike. "Whatever comes," Thor murmured, "we face it side by side." "You are extraordinary, Diana." Diana's eyes softened, a rare smile breaking through the tension. "And you, Thor, are more than just lightning and storms. You are my partner in every way." The storm above rumbled, as if acknowledging their bond, lending them strength for the final confrontation yet to come. Cliffhanger. The alien Hulk rose slowly, its armor crackling, eyes glowing with renewed fury. The alien vessel hovered ominously above, ready to intervene once more. Thor and Diana braced themselves, knowing the final battle was imminent. "Together," Thor whispered. "Together," Diana confirmed, tightening her grip on her weapons. And the night sky thundered with the promise of love, lightning, and the ultimate confrontation with the alien menace. The calm before the final clash. The alien Hulk had retreated to the heart of a volcanic canyon, where molten rivers of lava crisscrossed jagged rocks. The alien vessel hovered above, casting green shadows over the crater, signaling that the final assault was imminent. Thor hovered beside Diana, Mjolnir glowing with electric fury. Diana's sword and lasso pulsed in harmony, ready to strike. "This ends tonight," Thor muttered, his voice carrying both resolve and unspoken emotion. Diana nodded. "For humanity, for the world, for each other." They exchanged a brief, tender glance. In that moment, the storm wasn't just around them. It was within them, fueled by love, trust, and unwavering determination. The Hulk returned stronger. The alien Hulk rose from the lava, his crystalline core now radiant with searing green energy. Jagged armor protrusions glimmered, more menacing than ever, and molten cracks formed across his body. His roar echoed through the canyon like rolling thunder, shaking the very ground. Thor's lightning surged. "By Odin, it has grown even more monstrous." Diana's eyes narrowed. "Then we must rise higher, strike faster, think sharper." The Hulk charged, fists glowing, moving with unnatural speed. Every step threatened to trigger earthquakes, every swing capable of obliterating the canyon walls. Synchronized assault. Thor and Diana attacked in perfect harmony. Thor's Mjolnir summoned a massive lightning storm, arcs of electricity striking the Hulk from multiple directions. Diana maneuvered gracefully, using her lasso to bind his limbs and redirect the alien energy into the ground, destabilizing the creature. The Hulk faltered but recovered quickly, adapting with terrifying intelligence. Its eyes reflected rage and calculation. This was not merely a brute. It was a strategist, a force determined to annihilate its opponents. Love amidst chaos. As they fought, fleeting moments of tenderness appeared. Thor's lightning briefly illuminated Diana's determined face. "Diana, your courage, it drives me forward." Diana's lasso shimmered as she responded mid-strike. "And your storm, Thor, gives me strength beyond the mortal or divine." These words, brief and unspoken by necessity, added fire to their attacks. Each strike carried more than power. It carried trust, respect, and the unspoken love that had grown over the battles. The turning point. Thor landed a decisive strike, sending a torrent of lightning into the Hulk's crystalline core. Diana used her lasso to pull the Hulk off balance, directing its momentum toward the canyon's edge. The alien Hulk roared in fury, energy flaring wildly from its armor. Thor and Diana combined forces for a final blow. Lightning and golden lasso energy intertwined, striking the Hulk directly at its core. The creature screamed, staggering backward, molten energy spraying across the canyon. Humanity's role. Below, humans watched from a safe distance, their hope renewed. Soldiers, drones, and civilians alike cheered as the combined power of Thor and Diana illuminated the canyon in dazzling light. The alien menace that once seemed unstoppable now teetered on the brink of defeat. Thor glanced at Diana, his expression softening amidst the chaos. "We did this together." Diana smiled, brushing ash from her armor. "Together. Always." The final blow. The alien Hulk, now weakened, attempted one last desperate charge. Thor leapt high, hammer raised, summoning every ounce of divine lightning. Diana followed, her lasso and sword striking with pinpoint precision. With a massive explosion of energy, the Hulk's crystalline core shattered. The alien Hulk fell to the ground, defeated. Its glowing green eyes dimmed, and its armored body cracked and collapsed. The alien vessel retreated, recognizing the failure of its champion. Thor landed beside Diana, breathing heavily but triumphant. "It is done," Thor said, voice heavy with relief. Diana lowered her sword, the glow fading from her lasso. "Yes, but we have endured together, and the world is safe." A quiet celebration. As the storm cleared, the sun rose over the canyon, casting golden light across the battlefield. Thor and Diana stood together, side by side, their hands brushing lightly, a subtle acknowledgement of the bond forged through chaos. "You fought brilliantly," Thor said, his voice warm, almost tender. Diana smiled, a rare softness in her eyes. "And you, Thor, are more than just thunder. You are my partner in every sense." Lightning flickered faintly across Thor's arm, as if in agreement, while Diana's lasso shimmered with golden warmth. The moment was quiet, intimate, and powerful, a love tested by storms and alien menace alike. Epilogue: A New Dawn. The alien threat had been vanquished, at least for now. Earth's cities were damaged, but safe, humans inspired by the courage of their protectors. Thor and Diana descended, surveying the world they had saved. "Do you think it's truly over?" Diana asked, eyes scanning the horizon. Thor shook his head, smiling faintly. "Never. There will always be storms, but we face them together." Their hands intertwined, not out of necessity, but choice. Love and courage, thunder and lasso, humanity and the gods, all united in a bond stronger than any alien menace. The stars above glimmered brighter than before, echoing the promise of hope, power, and love that could withstand any cosmic storm.